Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Zero Hour. You know, Election Day is almost upon us. Can your heart stand it? Can you stand it? Can your heart stand it? I'll tell you, I'm not sure I'm going to make it. As Election Day approaches, two reports show us exactly how corrupt our political system has become. It looks like, unless voters turn out in force on Tuesday and keep turning out in force after that, it looks like corporate money is about to buy itself another House of Congress. In fact, it looks as if corporate money is about to make Congress a wholly owned subsidiary of corporate America. The Wall Street Journal analyzed filings from the Federal Election Commission and concluded that in a significant shift, business groups gave more money to Republican candidates than to Democrats in 7 of the most competitive Senate races in recent months, even, and this is new, even when that means betting against sitting senators. Now, you have to understand the power of incumbency in Washington is so strong that businesses, corporate America, doesn't want to challenge a sitting senator in either party for a lot of reasons. One, obviously, they want to encourage special treatment while the election's going on because those guys are in Congress right now with a lot of influence over their corporate fate. And they want to make sure they don't tick them off so that they have an enemy when the upcoming term comes, because incumbency helps you get reelected. But giving, which began following the usual patterns this year, suddenly shifted dramatically, basically since June. The Wall Street Journal learned that Republican candidates received most of corporate contributions since June. That apparently that magic power of incumbency has faded, but only for Democrats. One reason for that is that there's a sense that Democrats may not get reelected this time around, that the tide may be turning against them. So, as a brokerage executive told the Wall Street Journal, Wall Street expects a return on investment. It makes no sense to contribute to a losing campaign. But the other reason, of course, is ideological. Corporations feel much more comfortable abandoning an incumbent Democrat than they would turning their back on Republicans who are, how shall we put it, more reliably loyal. Now, in a related report, Public Citizen analyzed, the group, Public Citizen, good group, analyzed the flow of dark money. And in case you don't remember, dark money is the money that comes from groups which don't have to disclose their donors. Remember, the Supreme Court said it's speech, but it's speech where you don't get to hear who's speaking or find out who's speaking. Now, the Public Citizen found that the biggest player is the United States Chamber of Commerce, which they said, quote, is leaving a huge footprint in almost every race it enters. As of October 25th, the chamber had spent $31.8 million on House and Senate races, while the second largest dark money spender, which was Karl Rove's Crossroads GPS, had spent $23.5 million. Other big spending dark money groups included Patriot Majority USA, the extremist far-right business-funded Americans for Prosperity, and our old friends, the National Rifle Association. Now, these guys have been turning out in force to skew the outcome of elections all around the country. Now, again, incumbency doesn't play the way it used to if you're a Democrat. It's just as lopsided in the Public Citizen findings as it is, well, put it this way, the Public Citizen group found that the chamber is not supporting any Democrats. So it looks like companies, as one lobbyist put it, aren't going to write PAC checks to candidates who fundamentally don't represent their interests. Now, that's wild, because if the incumbents in Washington haven't been representing corporate interests effectively, it's hard to imagine who could. Remember, corporate profits and the personal wealth of the wealthiest among us have soared after a financial crisis, which has left most Americans worse off than ever before. So I would say the incumbents have been doing a pretty good job for corporate America. Maybe what that lobbyist meant to say is companies aren't going to write PAC checks to candidates who don't solely represent their interests. From the looks of things, corporate America wants to turn Congress into a wholly owned corporate arm of their own personal interests. They don't want Democrats or anyone else who might question them even once in a while. They want Congress to work for them and them only. That may very well be exactly what they get unless the people rise up, thwart them on Tuesday, and demand a representative democracy, which of course means getting money out of politics. I'm Richard RJ Eskow, and trust me, this is the Zero Hour.